Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Let me tell you what's up this morning. It is about mid-morning. It's a little after 11, so we're about to come out of morning here. So we had a lot of rain yesterday, some wind. It was a nice day otherwise, you know, a decent temp in the 70s. That changed overnight, came down into the 50s. It was like 57 when I got out earlier this morning with the dogs, and still wet. So I'm at this drainage ditch right now because I got to go to the post office. I might do a catfish session later this afternoon, but we're gonna just catch some fish here, let some stuff get into the post office and let them get organized. And we're gonna keep some bait, maybe do a session later today for cats. That'll be a separate video. Yeah, you're right. So it is kind of windy in most places, but not too bad here. We're sheltered from it. It's up around 15, which isn't good if you're gonna do the river. River is still kind of cold, but coming up, the temp is coming up. It's 57 degrees today, that water temp. So 15 miles per hour on something like a big canal like the ICW or the river, you just feel like you're in a wind tunnel. Hopefully that lays down, but for the moment we're gonna have some fun right here, right now. I brought 3 rods out here to have fun with. Now I got my 2 dock shooters that I really love. They're both ultralights and they're really short, like 5'6". And then I've got my regular Shakespeare ultralight here. So we're going to, like normal sometimes when I come to this spot, we're gonna start out really simple with bait, and then we will switch to jigs, just try to have some fun. I've already got an audience, I'll wave at them. Yeah, you're right. I think the funnest thing we could do is float fish a bit of redworm right now. That's what I have tied up. It might be that a drop shot is more effective, but we're so sheltered from the wind down there. Well, let's go ahead and take advantage of that. Because we're going to be way down here, we'll go ahead and bring the bait in the tote with us, because we are keeping. I just want to put a bit of worm on here, half actually, somewhere around that. What we're going to do is just bring that on the hook, kind of like when you're putting on a, when you're going to nose hook a bait, just something like that. So what we got going on here is a small weighted cork, but we don't have any weight on the line. We're just running down to that size 6 Aberdeen. And because we don't have any weight on the line, what's going to happen is that cork is not going to stand straight up. It's going to lay on its side but stand straight up when it gets a bite. So the reason for doing this is because that will make that bait just naturally fall in the water column and move around willy-nilly. So far we just had something little mess with it. We're gonna have to just walk along here, try different spots, gently drop the cork in so we don't spook. And right there where we started is shallower than where we're at right now. There's a bit of a drop off where the culvert ends there. Sometimes there's stuff right there, usually cichlids. Try it over there on the other side of the bank. Gar, it's a lot of spotted gar, busy right now. Time to journey on. Not all of those panfish can be up in that culvert. There's got to be some holding somewhere out here. It's just not a super active feeding period for them right now. Not yet, but soon it will be, because we're after 12 now. We're officially in the afternoon. All that's going on right now are the spotted gar going crazy. They're probably feeding off of mosquito fish, because there appears to be quite a lot of mosquito fish over where I just was in front of that culvert. Okay, that's it. It's official. I've been all over with the float. No bites. Maybe one over here, but it's hard to say if that really was one. Let's go ahead and just do this. I've never done this before. I've never dropped a cork down there. Usually it's a drop shot or a jig, but this will tell us if they're back there. And there we go, we're on the surface. And what we'll do is kind of get some of that slack up. I think we got the right depth underneath the cork for back here. I think it's about a foot. Oh, we had a bite. This is the problem with doing the cork here, is when you miss a fish like that, you end up wrapping everything. Ooh, we've picked up something. It might be the wrong thing. Yes, it's one of those fish that looks a lot like a turtle. Drop shot going down. Probably gonna get another turtle, but it's more likely that it'll be a mix. A turtle here and there. You gotta remember, it rained good enough to run this system. They were running pumps. This was full of moving water. Really clean up here, but I guarantee you, in the bayou this ditch dumps into, I bet that's dirty, like chocolate milk. It's a little too heavy to be the world's record panfish. Let's see. Oh, dang. What did we lose? We lost the lead. So that's twice in a row. Oh, if there were fish in between that. Yeah, but however, I'm changing my mind. Let's change some plans here. By now, most people know that I'm a vlogger. These are vlogs. They're fishing vlogs. I'm not just showing you me catching fish and mostly that's it. I show you the true reflection of the session. Sometimes when you go fishing, you don't catch fish right off. And I tell you why that reason could be. Today, it's probably because it rained so bad yesterday and we're not fishing a high feeding cycle. We're coming into solar noon. That spot back there just had nothing but turtles and I got way too frustrated. 2 in a row was enough. The plan is just to go do the post office stuff and hit another spot. It is now just after 1, something like 1:04. Still windy. I'm on the other side of the neighborhood now. Just had one thing at the post office, just a cord. Yeah, you're right. So we're gonna go back to the cork. We're gonna see if this spot's any better, get a few baits, check out. There we go. Finally, that took a second. Took a few good tries. As you can see, I have about 5 feet or better underneath that cork. Really, this is just a way of free lining a worm with using the cork as a casting aid. It's actually a bit tougher than I expected it to be today. Let's see. I got him about right there. Maybe there's more. Oh, I was moving that because I saw a turtle come at it and we picked up our second bait. Good thing I got lucky and got it in there. Kept hitting the concrete up top. Nice, another little bluegill. We're gonna have to try something different. We're not doing well. That is a trout magnet jig head with one of their tubes on there. I'm gonna take it off now. Let's put a little piece of worm on that, put that out on the bottom. I'm gonna thread that worm all the way up almost to the shank. We have a bit of a little piece like that. I still have the float out. Might put out the third rod. Gotcha. There you go. Little bass. Very, very little bass. Yeah, you know, sometimes down here we get lulled into a sense of false security, especially in March. Sometimes it happens as early as February, but going up to as late as May, that false sense of security can just keep kicking us in the butt down here. We'll think that we're in spring. Like I said, as early as February, it can feel like spring, and you think it's all good. You get into some good fishing and all that, and then what happens? A front comes through over the weekend or over the night, changes everything, but not forever. It's not a permanent change. It's still kind of warm down here. So looks like today was just a bad day because of yesterday morning's weather and last night's temperature change. Yeah, you're right, but I didn't get skunked and I didn't catch anything special. Got a couple pieces of bait and I'm ready to go get out of here. So thanks for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.